Hello students. Uh, in my previous class, I have completed the chapter on the Mughals. Just the beginning, we have discussed about about Babur and Humayun. Today, I will start with Akbar. Now, Akbar, he succeeded Humayun. But Akbar was at the age of a minor. That means he ascended the throne at the age of 13 years only. So he was guided by one of the very close friend of Humayun, whose name was Bairam Khan. And Akbar, his reign was from 1556 to 1605. Now he was one of the greatest monarchs of the Mughal dynasty. He was the son of Humayun and Hamida Banu Begum. So Akbar's father was Humayun and mother was Hamida Banu Begum. He was born at Amarkot in 1542 CE. When Humayun, after being defeated by Sher Shah in the Battle of Chausa and the Battle of Kannauj, he fled to Iran. Now, young Akbar, he was captured by his own uncle, that is Kamran. As I told you, Kamran, Hindal, Askari and Humayun, they were the four brothers. So he was captured by his uncle Kamran, but Kamran treated him well. Akbar was reunited with his parents after the capture of Kandahar. When Humayun died, Akbar was at Kalanur. Kalanur is a place in Punjab, commanding operations against the Afghan rebels there. He was thus crowned at Kalanur, that is Punjab, in 1556 CE at the age of 13 years by his guide mentor was Bairam Khan. Bairam Khan was Humayun's favorite officer and confidant. That means he relied very much on Bairam Khan, who served as Akbar's tutor as well as regent. Regent means the wazir of the kingdom with the title of Khan-e-Khanan. So remaining at the helm of affairs of the Mughal Empire. Because as I said, why Bairam Khan was helping Akbar? Because Akbar ascended the throne at a very tender age. That is at the age of 13 when he is considered as a minor. Bairam Khan represented Akbar in the second battle of Panipat, which was fought in 1556 between Hemu and Akbar. But as Akbar was a minor, his forces were controlled by, or it was led by Bairam Khan. The second battle of Panipat in 1556 with Hemu Vikramaditya, that is Wazir, he was the Wazir of Muhammad Adil of Bengal. Muhammad Shah Adil of Bengal, as Bairam Khan was the Wazir of Akbar. So he was Hemu Vikramaditya, he was the Wazir of Adil Shah, Muhammad Shah Adil of Bengal, who led the Afghan forces who were posing a serious threat to the Mughal Empire. Under guidance of Bairam Khan, the Mughal won a series of battles in quick succession and warded off other Afghan contenders like Sikandar Sur. They captured Lahore. So as a result of this, they captured Lahore, Multan, Ajmer and vanquished Ibrahim Sur and annexed Jaunpur, beside laying a successful siege of the Gwalior fort, also under the Afghan control. So because of the second battle of Panipat, all these things were captured by Bairam Khan. During this phase, Bairam Khan emerged as the most powerful noble and started appointing his own supporters on important positions. So, neglecting the old nobles. So, this was the blunder or a mistake that was made by Bairam Khan. He started neglecting the old nobles and started appointing men of his own his own supporters. This caused resentment. So that naturally, the people who were the old nobles, they felt bad, and they caused resentment among other nobles who managed to influence Akbar as well. So they were not satisfied with the behavior of Bairam Khan, so they started influencing Akbar. The problem was further aggravated by the growing arrogance, because Bairam Khan considered himself to be the real ruler. He forgot that he was just a guide or a mentor of Akbar. He started thinking himself as the main emperor. By now, wary of Bairam Khan's tutelage, and Akbar was also fed up, because always he was guided and he was instructed by Bairam Khan. Akbar could take no decision of his own. So he became fed up, he became frustrated. Akbar also wanted to assume full control. He now no longer wanted to be helped by Bairam Khan. So he thus removed Bairam Khan, who revolted but was forced to submit. Akbar received him cordially and gave him the option of serving at the court or anywhere outside it, or retiring to Mecca. So many options were given to him. Akbar received him cordially and gave him the option of serving at the court anywhere outside it, or retiring to Mecca. He decided to go to Mecca but was assassinated at Patan near Ahmedabad by an Afghan who bore him a personal grudge. So no one is clear that who actually killed Bairam Khan and what was the reason why Bairam Khan was killed. Anyway, while he was going to Mecca, he decided to go to Mecca but was assassinated, that means killed, at Patan near Ahmedabad by an Afghan who bore him a personal, that means there was a personal enmity between that person and Bairam Khan. Bairam's wife and his son were brought to Agra. Akbar married his widow. So Bairam's wife and his son were brought to Agra. Akbar married his widow and took his infant son under his protection. So Akbar married the wife of Bairam Khan. His son later on became as the most noted Hindi poet Abdur Rahim Khani Khana, an influential noble under Akbar. Next, rebellion from the nobility. During Bairam Khan, rebellion groups and individuals in the nobility had become politically active. So they started protesting against Akbar. They included Akbar's foster mother, her name was Maham Anaga, and her relatives, especially her son, Adham Khan. In 1561, Adham Khan was victorious at Malwa by defeating Baj Bahadur, an accomplished magician and poet. The Malwa queen Rupamati preferred to take her life than become a Mughal captive. Adham Khan followed his victory at Malwa with almost total massacre of the defending army, women and children, and sent only parts of the booty to Akbar. Removed from the command, he laid claims to the post of Wazir, and when this was not conceded, he stabbed the acting Wazir in his office. Furious at his impropriety, Akbar had him thrown down from the Agra fort. So because of his strange behavior, he was thrown down from the Agra fort. Now in 1561 and 1567, Akbar was engulfed by serious challenges from his Uzbek, that is the Central Asian nobles, who broke out in rebellion several times. Many of them traced their descent from Uzbek chief who had driven Babur out of Samarkand and had come to India with Humayun. Uzbeks declared Mirza Hakim, governor of Kabul, his half-brother, as the emperor of Hindustan. A group of Timurid, that means the supporters of Taimur the Lame, called Mirzas, also turned against the emperor. This was perhaps the most serious crisis Akbar had to face since Hemu's capture of Delhi. However, by sheer grit and determination, along with certain amount of luck, Akbar was able to overcome these multiple threats. Mirza Hakim was forced to withdraw to Kabul and the Mirzas were deeply suppressed, while the Uzbeks were completely routed by 1500. So you don't have to go into all these details, I'm just telling you for your personal interest. Then he captured Gwalior, Malwa and Gondwana. Akbar, he started his policy of expansion with central India. The first expedition was sent to capture Gwalior. before moving towards Malwa, as we have discussed earlier. Malwa ruler Baj Bahadur was defeated by Adham Khan, who fled towards Burhanpur. However, due to the senseless cruelties of Adham Khan and his successors, there was a reaction against the Mughal which enabled Baj Bahadur to recover Malwa. After dealing with Bairam Khan's rebellion, Akbar sent another expedition to Malwa. Baj Bahadur had to flee, and for some time he took shelter with the Rana of Mewar. After wandering about from one area to another, he finally surrendered at Akbar's court and was enrolled as a Mughal Mansabdar. Thus, Malwa came under the Mughal authority. In this way, one after another, the kingdoms came under the Mughal rule. So today we will do up to this. Next I will continue with the remaining part of Akbar, and then in my online class I will explain you from your book. Till then, all of you take care, stay safe, stay healthy, goodbye.